is a lot of you guys are going to be on Facebook, a lot of you guys are going to be on the TV, and we're going to be bashing the mayor of New Orleans. We're going to be saying she don't want us to grow our businesses, she's shutting down businesses, but she's giving you a little leeway. She's giving you guidelines to how to get through this COVID. And it's like nobody's hearing her. So at what point do she say, I have to take things into my own hand to make you understand the seriousness of COVID-19? COVID-19 is serious. It's very serious. Hospitals are overwhelmed. I have a lot of friends who are in the medical field. They're overwhelmed. Nurses are overwhelmed. Doctors are overwhelmed. And now we have the vaccine. Let's talk about the vaccine. They said that the vaccine, they found a cure, a vaccine is going to take so many days for it to get out, whatever. Then they're asking people, are they going to take the vaccine? Many people are saying, no, I'm not going to take it. So I got to ask a question. What part does COVID play in your life? Because they found the vaccine, you say you're not going to take it, you don't want to wash your hands, you don't want to do social distancing, you don't want to wear masks. If we just listen to the CDC guidelines, it'll be over. What people don't understand is this too shall pass. It's all about life. These things are just life in general. Sickness is inevitable. Death is inevitable. Life is inevitable. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3:1, there's a time and a place for everything. So this too shall pass. All we have to do is get through it like we get through anything else. Like we get through hurricanes. Like we got through Katrina. Like we got through all these other catastrophic things that has happened in our environment. But this is more serious because it has no age, it has no gender, it has no race, it has no status, it has none of that. And we just will not take it serious. So I've said enough about COVID. So let me get into the show. I just want to have that conversation because it's something that I'm seeing, and with the platform, I want to bring awareness how serious it really is. So with that being said, this is the Woman of Significance show, a show of power with purpose. Don't forget to subscribe to your YouTube, like, share on your timeline. Stay engaged while we're live today. I'm examining edition of Messages of the Day, what's going on around you. Today, we do have a special guest in our studio. Our guest tonight is Ms. Tarniqua Shackelford with Travel by T, and she's going to be giving us some insight about traveling during COVID and traveling when we come out of COVID. Your comments are welcome. Our topics live on Facebook. Share your opinions with me. Remember to keep us wherever you go. Download the NOT app or listen live at NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Our live viewers can call in today. The show number is 1-563-999-1808. You can also visit us at she's.net, our Facebook page, Women of Significance Show, or Christine Penn, or even Girl Stop Tripping. Either way, you can follow and like us. Our weekly prayer for the people. Please pray for Louisiana and our residents and friends abroad. Please pray for the world. But let's take a closer prayer. I'm asking all community, politics leaders, churches, pastors, and bishops to come together for a hall meeting concerning our youth. More important will be following soon at this event. We have to take back our youth. The crime and killings among our people must stop. That's whole nother subject. We must find a way to save our future. The Word of God says, train up a child the way they should go, and when they were old, they will not depart from it. We cannot rely on someone else to save us. We must save ourselves. Scripture reading of the month is coming from Matthew 7:8. It says, for everyone who asks receives, and who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be open. Just be grateful that you are well and blessed. With that being said, it's been a long 2020, and we have to get through the month of December. This is the month of giving. Everybody know what December is about. It's about giving. It's about Christmas. It's about spreading love to your neighbors, your loved ones, your co-workers. It's about giving hope. It is also the month of AIDS and HIV awareness. This is also the month of AIDS awareness. The month of December has many traditions within it. One tradition in particular that is used all over the world is that we celebrate our Creator's birthday. Keep that in mind. Makes me think of the name Emmanuel, which means God is with us. We must remember that God is always with us, and He gives the ability to be aware that our health is one of the most important parts of our lives. We must promote a healthy lifestyle and practice good health habits in order to live victorious and beat COVID. With all that going on this month, we must focus on giving. We'll be engaging in topics based on giving knowledge to everyone to improve their relationships, physical conditions, emotional well-being, financial stability, and improve their relationships, and help everyone become cheerful givers that spread healthy habits. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Women of Significance. Stay tuned for this week's Messages of the Day and what's going on around you. And we'll be right back after this message.
Hi, I'm Adrena Winfrey with Aaron's Nesting Place.
And I'm Christine Penn with Women of Significance.
And our program is underwritten by the Bethesda Community Development Corporation,
a nonprofit 504c3 based in Jefferson Parish, specializing in housing for lower income families.
If you are a business owner or a church, we are here to ask you to become a donor or a sponsor of the New Orleans Talk Network media company.
Your cash donation will help us stay on air and also promote our upcoming community events, and your donation is tax deductible.
Becoming a sponsor on our network can grow your brand and reach more people in the New Orleans area. Just like advertising on TV or radio, it could never be easier on our network.
Any kind of donation can be accepted at NOTN Live on Cash App, or make out your checks to New Orleans Talk Network. It goes to a great cause.
Visit NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com for more information about becoming a sponsor or donor. And thank you.
Welcome back to the Women of Significance. Our special guest for today is Ms. Tarniqua Shackelford, founder of Travel by Tea and Company. But first, let's get into our first segment called What's Going On Around You. Our live viewers can call in today's show at 1-563-999-1808. Please write Penn in the comment sections below and tell us what you think. The question of this day is, what has 2020 taught you? For our viewers out there, if you want to call in and comment, 1-563-999-1808. The question is, what has 2020 taught you? So let's jump right into what's going on. COVID is up. People are dying whether you want to acknowledge it or not. That is in our land and the world. Death does not have an age, gender, demographic, status, race. We need to respect what is asked of us. How hard is it to wash your hands, wear a mask? I know it's hard for some of us to wear the mask, but you might want to respect the law of the land. Can this be to help save a life or even maybe your own? Let's respect CDC guidelines and social distance 6 feet apart. Wash our hands and wear our masks. The CARE Act was in place under the Trump administration. Joe Courtney, a Democratic Party, was the sponsor. It was the reason we could get the help during the pandemic, which started last year around this time. There are so many cities who have gone back to stay in order. California is one. It's gone back to stay in order because of the rise in COVID-19. So you see, guys, it's very serious. There are cities that are shutting down. For 3 weeks, started December the 1st until December the 20th, 12 million people will lose federal and state employment benefits on December 26th unless another stimulus bill is passed. Your new administrator has released his plan, but he doesn't take office until January 20th, 2021. Again, I asked the viewers, what has 2020 taught you? And that's what's going on around you. Now, guys, let's get into that message of the day. The message of the day is mistakes. How many of us have made those? Let's see what I have to say about it. The message of the day is a segment where I give knowledge for thought. Today's message is mistakes. So in life, you will make mistakes. Westbrook defines the word as actions or judgment that is misguided or wrong. Making mistakes, I want you to know, is part of life's journey. Just as Corinthians 6 says, 13 and 11, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. In life, you will make many mistakes. Life will teach you lessons and habits that you will honor and some regret. There are still things as an adult you will make a mistake at. But as the definition stated, a mistake is something wrong or misguided. So you're entitled to make many mistakes, but at some point you're supposed to learn from them. You see, mistakes can be corrected. Remember when you were in school and you missed the correct answer? Your teacher would let you and allow you to get it right. Mistakes, I do believe, can be helped with knowledge of accountability, discipline, self-awareness, and change of mindset. Once you become aware that what you did was a mistake and you keep repeating the same mistakes, I want you to understand it's no longer a mistake, but a behavior. Get ready, take a break, we'll be right back, and we're coming up next with our phenomenal guests in the building. Mr. Tarniqua Shackelford will travel by tea, and we're going to be discussing the topic is, how has travel changed since COVID-19? Call in and let us know what you think. Again, the number is 1-563-999-1808, and we'll be right back.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Hi, this is your girl from Girl Stop Tripping, Christine Penn, and I need you guys to pick up the book. You can find it at she'spen.net. Again, this is your girl from Girl Stop Tripping.
You gonna be making me laugh.
So hi, welcome back to the Women of Significance show. Tonight we have our special guest in the building, as I promised, Travel by T. But we also have some callers on the line. So we're gonna take the call. Caller, welcome. We still have. We're gonna have return with our special guest, and we're gonna have her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Tarniqua Shackelford, owner of Travel by T. We're definitely going to be talking about some things, some do's and don'ts when it comes to travel with COVID-19 right now. So we can definitely kind of go over some different things. I know you kind of possibly had some questions for me about different things with travel right now, and maybe some of the viewers have questions, so definitely feel free to call in, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that y'all may have.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is let's talk about travel in general.
Right.
So how is travel going on now during the COVID-19? Since the COVID-19 came about, what has changed dramatically about travel?
I would say it's a lot of things that have changed dramatically, but I would definitely say how we travel has definitely changed a lot. I know I've traveled a couple times during COVID this year, and I've noticed, a couple different changes with, different terminals at the airport. If there's anybody out there who does any bus or train travel, you've noticed some changes at the stations and things like that. So I would definitely say just how we're traveling. Believe it or not as many people are traveling right now. People are, usually you see millions of people travel, especially like air, daily, but now it's down to the thousands. So, so people aren't traveling as much, but there are still people who travel for business. There are still people who have, family trips and friend trips that they didn't want to cancel. So they're still taking those trips, but, and I encourage it. I just encourage you to do it the right way. It's the right way to do everything, and it's a wrong way to do everything. And with travel right now, and with the cases increasing, you want to make sure that you're being safe and making sure you and your loved ones are safe as well, or your colleagues who you're traveling with. So definitely how we've traveled is changed a lot, and we're going to see a lot of different changes as the pandemic settles. And that's just kind of to be discussed, because honestly, weekly and monthly, as a travel agent, we get different updates. So it's ongoing. So there's times when we don't really know what to expect. A lot of things are in the air right now with travel.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit more about you personally.
Okay.
Let's talk about what made you go this avenue? What made you want to get into the travel industry?
Well, personally, I love to travel.
We all do.
We all do. And then another thing is I love to help people. So it kind of worked out that way. And then honestly, how I got into it was this year when the pandemic hit and I was furloughed from work and just looking for something else to, get my mind off things, and just looking for another hustle. And that's kind of just what I'm about. So I end up kind of stumbling across travel and getting my travel agent certificate, and I've just been booking travel and creating my clientele since. So
that's awesome. So now that we have a little idea about that, let's tell the audience who you are. Let's explain to them who you are. Let's give a little background. Did you graduate? Where do you work? Just a little background of who you are.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So I'm originally a Mobile, Alabama native. So I originally came to the city. I started pursuing my public relations degree at Tulane University. And then now, currently, what I'm doing is I am an optician at local vision center. So I do help local patients with their vision necessities and eye care. So that's what I'm currently doing besides doing travel on the side.
So out of the two, which one you like the most?
I would definitely have to probably say the travel.
Yes, I knew you would.
I love helping with eye care. I mean, me personally, it's helped me because I've been wearing glasses and contacts for like the past 15 years. So I love my patients, but travel kind of brings a different type of vibe to things.
Yes, it does.
Especially, who doesn't like to adventure, who doesn't like to, go out and about, and who doesn't like to help people get that same experience and build memories,
That's true. So you said travel more is about memory and experience.
Oh, most definitely. I think, especially for me, kind of going back off of what your your message or your question was about what 2020 has taught us. And I think making memories and learning to adjust is two big things for me that 2020 has taught. I think it's been rough for a lot of us and more devastating than others. So I think that with what we have going on in society, we want to make those memories with the people that we can while we can, because you just never know.
That's true.
So I definitely will have to say making memories is vital.
So we have a call on the line. So caller, go through, please. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello?
Hi. Hi. Welcome to the Women of Significance show.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my God, I can't believe I am here. Thank you so much. I love your program.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited that you decided to call in. I'm so excited that, the program is making a difference. Thank you for being a viewer. I appreciate that.
This is such an amazing topic about the whole traveling and COVID. I just had a quick question, right? I live in this city, and I just wanted to know, how can I deal with the looting and the ghetto-ass people traveling through my area, and how do I deal with all that?
Well, I have a question for you. Have you tried to contact City Hall, or have you tried to contact your representatives in that area where you live?
I've had, but you know what the thing is? I think there's a lot of Antifa.
Okay, all right. Thank you, caller, for calling in. Okay. So let's move on. So we're here today. We're talking about travel, and we're talking about traveling abroad, and we're talking about the difference that COVID-19 has made in our traveling. So let's get back with Mrs. Shackelford, and let's talk more about it. So she says that she enjoys traveling the most, which we all have. Traveling has changed a lot. I mean, I traveled during COVID, and I had to wear the mask. But to me, the airport was still full.
When I went to, I recently went to San Diego in October, and it was different. Like, for instance, when I went through Louis Armstrong, it wasn't packed at all. But when I went to Dallas, Fort Worth, it was pretty packed. It was pretty packed. So you're right. So I think in certain areas of the country right now and the world, some places are going to be a little more packed than others, for sure.
So we have another caller. Carla, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. So I come to America not too long ago from Japan, and when I come, I wonder if you know best area to find good crack, because
Who are these people?
I don't know. What is going on?
Oh my God. I understand. I'm sorry, viewers. This tonight has just been crazy callers. Please only call in if you have comments concerning the show. Please respect the ears of the views and the concept of the show. The show is a very serious awareness show platform. So please only call in to deal with the question of what has COVID-19 taught you, what have COVID taught you, and what have you learned during COVID. What have you learned during COVID? And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the Women of Significance show. Girl, who are these people?
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr.
Hi, this is your girl from Girl Stop Tripping, Christine Penn. And I need you guys to pick up the book. You can find it at shespenn.net. Again, this is your girl from Girl Stop Tripping. Hi, this is your girl from Girl Stop.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Hi, I'm Christine Penn, and Nola, I want you to get ready for an all-new talk experience, Women of Significance, on the New Orleans Talk Network. Each week, we're covering new topics, new guests, new trends, and message of the day with me, your host, Christine Penn. So Nola, tune in each week on the New Orleans Talk Network, where we use our voice with power, with purpose.
And then the last one, he was foreign sounding, so I'm like.
Welcome back to the Women of Significance show, a show of power with purpose with a voice. And as I say, we have Mrs. Shackelford here tonight, and she's going to be telling us about travel. So basically, our subject tonight is about traveling during COVID. And so we all know that we want to get out because a lot of us are dealing with a lot of, we're staying indoors, so we're dealing with a lot of mentalness, and some of us just want to get out. And coming in the year of 2021, things are going to shift, and we're going to begin to go back and travel. So she's going to just give us a little bit more information about traveling during COVID. So let's hear what she has to say.
Alrighty, y'all. So I did create a PowerPoint to present some information for everyone. Alrighty, dear. Alright, so for the first one, how I wanted to start this presentation was to kind of give a little more positivity about things.
Awesome.
I definitely wanted to speak on some things that we should all look forward to when it comes to travel. Again, we do know that the cases are increasing, but we don't want to feel so alarmed about things. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was how we need to, if you are planning on traveling during COVID, the importance of possibly partnering with some type of agent, a travel agent, to create an itinerary. Reason being that with traveling right now, you really have to make sure you count all your steps. And that goes into brainstorming about whatever experiences you want to have, whatever excursions. If you plan on going to the beach or a theme park or amusement park, or if you're, on business with with an event or a conference, you want to make sure that you're partnering with your travel agent to see exactly what you'll be doing, even down to the restaurant and bars. So that way you can know exactly how you're going to move during COVID. And if there's anything that you need to change last minute, you can do so. Another thing that's important is really kind of experiencing a different area. Right now with COVID, again, like we spoke on previously, we want to make memories. So if you're going to be making memories, it's good to find a different area that you've never been to. Think of a place that you've always wanted to travel to with you or your family. A lot of my business travelers right now, think of a lot of the times you really don't have any control of where you go, but possibly requesting a different area from what you're used to. You want to just make sure that you are allowing yourself that new experience to kind of just get your mind off things if you're going to be traveling during this time. If you already don't have a trip already previously booked that you're taking advantage of. Another thing is making memories. We spoke previously about making memories. I'm big on making memories. And if you're going to be looking forward to a trip, you want to look forward toward those memories. And you also want to make sure, if you're a business traveler, that you have a successful trip. And again, if 2020 hasn't taught us anything, it has definitely taught us about how we need to make certain adjustments and how we need to really, truly make those memories last. And the only way you can do that is by traveling during this time, but being very mindful of how you travel. So we can go to the next slide.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep. So some things to consider before traveling. Destination for sure. So when you're considering traveling during this time, you want to make sure that you are thinking of a destination. And when you think of a destination, you want to consider, especially if it's out of the country, you want to think about those entry restrictions into that country. You want to think about, even right now, since a lot of cities are shutting down, you want to consider going into certain cities and certain states as well. Also, keep in mind that every destination is different, so you have to also partner with your travel agent and also do your own personal research about what you plan on doing and what you want to do. So destination is very important. Another thing that's very important would be transportation. How we getting there? Are we flying? Are we taking a bus? Are we taking a train? Are we, road tripping and taking our own vehicle or our RV with our family? Transportation is very important. And not only just transportation, but the length of time with transportation, because if you're going for just a day or for a week, you want to plan out everything effectively and be proactive with how you're doing it, so that way you can also make sure you're staying safe during this time and being in the know of everything that you need to do while traveling with certain transportation. Because right now, with certain airlines, certain bus stations, certain train stations, every entity has their own different restrictions that they're doing right now. So you definitely want to follow up and make sure that you are in the know about those things, depending on how you plan on doing your transportation. Another thing is check your resources. I'm big on checking resources right now. Any of my frequent flyers, TSA should be your best friend. You want to stay in the know when it comes to TSA regulations, because now they've recently changed their website and kind of are restricting more different types of liquids, solutions, certain ways you travel now, because they're trying to be very I guess you can say, more safety precautions that they're doing.
More careful.
Procedures. I recently just went into 3 different airports in the past 2 months, and every single airport was different. So you want to just be in the know about those things, and even going and traveling and following up with your local terminal that you'll be traveling out of. You want to see what their regulations are, because they're going to most likely be the ones to do the TSA check. Besides TSA, CDC website is also going to be your best friend. CDC has a lot of great information for us to know how to travel, what to take with us while traveling, how to keep our family members safe, how to keep ourselves safe during this time. So definitely checking with CDC's regulations and requirements and suggestions would definitely be highly recommended during this time. Another big thing that I tell my clients to do is check the local and international news. What's going on right now, like for instance, we're in New Orleans. What's going on here in New Orleans may be different
that's true.
in the next city
True.
or next state. So
every state is different.
Exactly. So you want to be in the know, and even if you're traveling internationally, every country is different, you know? So you want to be in the know about the type of news that you're getting and what's going on, to be ahead of the game while traveling. So there won't be any surprises for anyone. One other thing I want to talk about when considering traveling is travel insurance right now. A lot of people don't really consider travel insurance, but with the climate of everything going on, you want to protect your investment, especially if you're doing any air travel, bus travel, train travel. You want to make sure that you consider investing in travel insurance, so that way if there's any unforeseen circumstances, if there's any unforeseen injuries or sicknesses, God forbid, or if just, you had some bad issues with luggage or even travel delays, all those things definitely play a role with travel insurance. Just a heads up, travel insurance most likely will increase after the pandemic settles. You may see premiums increase because now more people are willing to
pay the
protect
price.
right, and protect that investment. Because when you spend money on a trip, especially thousands of dollars, you want to protect that investment. So you really can't control some things like that.
So we have another caller on the line. Caller, what is your question, please? Are you there, caller? Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can hear
ma'am.
you. Welcome to the Women of Significance show.
Hi, I was wondering, what is the proper PPE that you can wear when you're traveling through the airport?
Okay, that's a good question. We'll let her answer it.
So I would recommend checking with TSA and and your local airline that you're going to be going through, or your local terminal, or local airport rather, because everyone's is different. So the first thing I would do if I were you is definitely go to TSA's website, but most importantly, follow up with your local terminal to see what they are allowing and what they're not allowing, because they have all that information on their websites.
Did she answer your question, caller?
Yes, she did.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
all.
calling.
You're welcome. Thank you for
Thank
calling
you for
in.
calling. Okay, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come right back with Ms. Shackelford with some more interesting things that we can learn about travel at this time. So we'll be right back. Tune in for this message. We're coming right back. That was a good question.
That was a good question.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Hi, this is your girl from Girl Stop Tripping, Christine Penn, and I need you guys to pick up the book. You can find it at shespenn.net. Again, this is your girl from Girl Stop Tripping. Okay, welcome back to the Women of Significance show, and tonight's topic is about traveling during COVID-19. And we do have a question from one of our live viewers, and she says, are flight prices going back down since COVID has spiked back up? So we're going to let her answer that one.
Honestly, what you may notice, especially right now, the prices are going to be very low. Because you don't have as many people traveling right now. But honestly, when the pandemic settles, you may see prices go back to increasing. It just depends on, honestly, partnering with the travel agent, because a lot of the times we do have certain discounts that are available to us to give to our clients that you can't really get on the regular market when you're traveling. And when you're kind of price gouging and things like that, and looking for different prices and price matching and things like that. You have different third parties that you can go through, but even with those third parties, they don't always give you the best discount that a possible travel agent can. So to answer a question, it's really in the air. But I can see them increasing as more people start to travel more and travel picks up. Most likely the prices will increase again.
So I have a personal question. My question to you is, doing, let's say traveling per se, a person that loves to travel, a person that's planning a trip. A lot of us sometimes do it online, or we do it as a wing and a prayer, or we just put it together ourselves. Would you advise everyone to have a travel agent?
For certain trips, most definitely. If you're doing a simple family trip that you're going, a couple hours away for, you don't necessarily, that's something that you can easily book on your own. But when you're doing anything like a destination wedding, when you're doing something like a bachelorette or a bachelor's trip, or with multiple people going to a nice destination, I personally say that you should definitely partner with a travel agent, because even with down to excursions, adventures, experiences, and things like that, we are able to give you discounts on that. We have access to discounts on, besides just flight and hotel and rentals, just going to certain museums and things like that. When you're traveling out, we get discounts on to give to our clients. So I personally think, depending on what you're doing and when you're going, I think that you should definitely partner with a travel agent.
Okay, that's something I've always wanted to know, as traveling myself and traveling, is it a good thing to partner with a travel agent? So let's go back to the power part.
Okay. So let's go back. Okay. So the next thing that I definitely want to talk about was what to expect while traveling. Since things have changed a little bit, I noticed it myself flying recently. Things have changed. The first thing I definitely want to talk about is safety procedures and precautions. So right now we're in a time where you do have to make a lot of adjustments. I think we've all made adjustments, even going to the grocery store with a mask on, or going whatever, having a social distance. We all been having to make adjustments, and when you're traveling, you're going to have to make even more adjustments. The safety policies in the airports, bus stations, train stations, they have changed and they've become more strict. So, again, that's about going back into looking on these places' websites to just kind of get more information, even calling to get more information from a local representative. But also, a lot of these safety procedures have also changed for a lot of the hotels, vacation homes, and when you actually get to your destination, a lot of the actual bars, restaurants, establishments that you may visit, their precautions have changed as well. So you definitely have to be mindful that things are going to be different from the area that you're traveling from to the area that you're traveling to. So you definitely want to, just have an open mind right now while traveling. Another thing that I definitely want to talk about is strict restriction policies. The reason why they do have these restrictions in place is for safety measurements. I've had certain clients, come to me and ask me about, how to prepare for certain restrictions and things like that. And it really just varies with different places. So I just say go in with an open mind. Okay. A lot of places right now, they are on limited hours. Yeah. They're limited capacity. Right. A lot of these businesses are practicing new business practices that they're changing, inevitably. So it's going to keep going as we see things even decrease with COVID. So all these things are going to just probably be implemented permanently, just to ensure that we just all remain safe here on out. So you may see, even travelers who've traveled to a place they've always traveled to, and you're visiting again, things may be different from when you previously traveled to the same place. So, it's one of those things where we have to just change our mindset and adjust to things so that way we can still live our best lives. Right. And just respect what people, what people ask of us. If people are asking certain things of us or have certain restrictions, it's just important to just roll with the punches.
But the restrictions is not to punish you.
Exactly.
The restrictions is to keep you safe.
Exactly.
And I think that some people look at it as like, oh, they're punishing me, but it's to keep you safe.
A lot of people do think that. I've talked to a couple clients, especially older clients, they kind of feel like it's a punishment, and it's really just honestly just so that way you can just be safe. Right. I mean, it's really no other way to put it. As things are, increasing with COVID, right, you want to just be safe.
Right. So we have another call.
Okay.
So we have a caller. Are you there?
Yes, I am, beautiful woman.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, and you?
How you doing? Hi, welcome.
I'm doing great. You just continue to surprise us. What a blessing. What a blessing. I've been listening, and I'm just inspired by another Black strong woman that is just really educating us on a lot of things. And this is what we need. We need to get behind her. We need to support her. She is going places. She is sharing things that we need to know. And I just love her, and I appreciate you, young woman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
We really
that,
appreciate
Madam Spiller.
that. I do.
Thank you, and I needed that tonight. So thank you so much.
So sweet.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome, baby. I'm
Okay.
gonna stay on the line.
Okay, thank you. So like I was saying, we were going to continue the conversation about traveling. And what I want to say was, okay, you continue your power perks, because I was saying that a lot of us look at it as a punishment. And it's really not a punishment. It's to keep us safe.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think during COVID-19, a lot of us has looked at it as punishment.
Right,
But it's not. But it's just to keep us safe.
And that just goes back to adjusting. You know, with a lot of these, everything is out of our control right now.
Right.
So again, it just goes back to, you know, if you want to make these memories, if you want to live your best life, if you want to still keep pressing forward, you can't really be in a conservative mindset. You have to be open. You have to be open, and you have to know how to adjust. And before I get to this particular slide, we can keep it on there. I just wanted to speak about social distancing. Social distancing is very, very important right now.
Right.
Especially when you're going into these airports, into these bus or train stations. Even when if you're road tripping and going and getting gas, you know, you want to social distance. And a lot of places, as you're traveling, you'll notice that a lot of places have social distancing implemented already.
Right.
But I always tell my clients to do your own personal social distancing. You know, if you feel like you literally are right on someone, give yourself about 2 feet between them. You know, if you're able to. If you're not able to do 6 feet, you know, I try to definitely do about 6 feet, but if I can't, I'm going to do a good 2 or 3. So it's just about getting yourself in the mindset of kind of, you know, being in your own personal bubble to make sure you're safe and to make sure everyone around you is safe.
And that's the thing what I was saying earlier is that social distancing is very important. You know, it's like, and I don't think it's a thing of, like I said again, being punishment. I just think it's a way. I just feel like this. If we as Americans would take the advice of what they did across, like China, where it originally came from,
almost definitely,
we probably wouldn't even had it this long.
This is true.
But we just have so many people that want to do what they want to do.
Right.
And so it's really making other people pay for the good and the bad.
Yeah.
It's like having one bad apple in the bunch.
Right.
Makes the whole bunch sometimes no good.
Right. Or like a sibling, you know, everyone getting in trouble.
Yep, for that one person. I know it was 9 of us, so I know I'd experienced that. So you're right. You're absolutely right. So, you know, so let's go on with the power part. Okay. It's really interesting to me. I'm learning a lot, by the way. A lot.
Good. Yeah. So if you think of any other questions you have for me, please feel free to let me know. The last point is definitely going to talk about tips and suggestions when planning your next trip. These are actual personal tips and suggestions that I've, you know, experienced and then I've been letting my clients know about. One thing that's big for me is definitely bringing extra masks whenever you go.
Okay.
Bringing extra masks, hand sanitizer, and backup medications. So when it comes to masks, you don't want to just travel with just one mask because in retrospect, your mask may fall on the ground. True. You know, you have to keep it on the whole time when you're on the plane,
right? A
train, bus, things like that. So you're already exposed to other people. So you don't want to keep recycling the same mask over and over and over again.
Right.
So that's for one. And then you just kind of want to just keep yourself prepared because you just never know what may happen. So I always say bring backup masks. Hand sanitizer is very important too. A lot of places that you're going to go into these terminals, into these, you know, stations, whether it's bus or train, they're going to have, and even gas stations, they're going to have hand sanitizers available. But it's good to be proactive and have your own hand sanitizer on, you know, at all times. I keep hand sanitizer in my purse, in my car, my workstation. I keep hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yeah.
So
It's the new thing now. It's like having lotion for women. You
most
got to keep it
definitely.
in your purse.
Yes, I have lotion and I have my hand sanitizer. Which one you want? Which one you want? Because it's just you have to just be proactive with your
Right.
when you're doing your own thing with traveling. So I think it's important to do that. And to my people who take daily medication, bring backup medication. And I say that mainly because a lot of these check-in procedures right now are a little more extraneous than usual. So if you're a person who have to take medicine every 2 hours, every 4 hours, whatever the case may be, you want to bring you some backup medication just in case you may have a delay with something, or your process may take a little longer than expected. So I just say be prepared in every which way possible. Another thing that I definitely say is a personal tip that I tell my clients is about buying cleaning supplies when you get to your destination. So now you'll notice that a lot of vacation homes and hotels, their Airbnb, they're marketing how they're being more clean and more sanitary, which is true. They are taking more precautions. I've noticed that in my previous hotel room, but I still bring my own cleaning supplies.
Okay, that's a good one.
Because you just want to take extra cleaning measures when it comes to you and your loved ones.
Right.
You don't want to leave that necessarily in the hands of other people. And for me, I know I have OCD with certain things, so so I need to go to my local store and just buy whatever cleaning supplies I may need to just kind of disinfect my entire room and sanitize it myself. So there's no harm or no foul in just being extra cautious during this time when it comes to hygiene, being sanitary, the whole works. So I definitely recommend buying some backup cleaning supplies. And for my people traveling air travel, please throw your cleaning supplies away, because they will stop you at TSA bringing in certain liquids and things like that. So go ahead and throw those cleaning supplies away before you even get to your next destination. So that's just a heads up about that, because TSA will not let you in.
Right. So let's I'm gonna ask a question. I got a question. What's the most fascinating place you've been so far?
Most fascinating. I would definitely have to say probably Los Angeles. I would definitely have to say Los Angeles, because one thing about Los Angeles is very diverse. You never know what you're going to get.
Really?
And I love that. You never really know what you're going to get. You can go, and it's all about what your vibe is. If you want to do something more upscale, they have upscale. If you want to do something more down to earth or laid back, if you want to do beach setting.
So they have a vibe. So they offer you a lot.
They offer you a lot. West Coast in general just kind of offers you a lot. And then the scenery is amazing.
Okay.
Us being in the South, we have some amazing scenery, but I think
the West Coast
definitely have some amazing scenery. Yes. So I definitely advise, if you have not been to the West Coast, definitely travel to the West Coast, because you're going to get you some interesting things.
And what is the least, what's the one you least enjoyed the least? Saying like, I'm not going back.
Not going back. I don't think I have a place that I wouldn't travel back to. I always try to give a place, a second chance.
Okay, that's what I do.
But I think it would be, I just recently traveled to Austin. I would definitely go to Austin again, but I think due to COVID, I couldn't really get a chance to enjoy like I wanted to, because the city's beautiful, but it was just so many things that were kind of shut down, limited capacity and things like that. And me personally, I don't really like to go into too many crowds right now.
Right.
So they really didn't have too much to offer like I know they usually would, because I have some great friends in Austin. But I would definitely say Austin. I had to just give Austin another chance when things kind of open back up.
Okay. So I got one other question. For us cruising, for us taking cruises, how is that? Because a lot of people like to take cruises because it's more least expensive. You get your food and your entertainment and everything at one price. So what's going on with the cruise industry?
Cruise industry right now is almost non-existent.
Wow.
Cruising right now, if you're looking to do a cruise, definitely partner with your travel agent to see what's available for the end of 2021, because of right now, pretty much all cruise lines are down.
Wow.
They're not really, they're not porting at all at this point. So I know that the memos that I've gotten from different cruise ships, they've been pretty much giving out discounts for 2021. But they haven't really done anything right now for 2020. So I personally feel like until the pandemic settles with cruises specifically, they probably won't be up and running until everything is like clear.
Right. So you're saying like another year, maybe?
Maybe the end of 2021 we'll probably see more cruise lines kind of up and running, but they're gonna really play it by ear. They're playing it by ear right now, but honestly, between like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Disney, they're not really doing any cruise trips right now. Wow. So they're just pretty much taking anybody who is looking to do anything next year, essentially. So for any of my cruise lovers, it's definitely possible. They're not doing it right now, but I would definitely say save up your coins, because you never know when they're gonna, come back and have amazing discounts. I know that I did see with Princess Cruise and with Royal Caribbean, they are offering amazing discounts right now for 2021. So I would definitely look into that and, possibly partner up with the travel agent, so that way you can make sure you're getting the best deals possible, especially right now.
Okay, one other question. What's the best time to travel?
It honestly depends on destination.
Okay.
It depends on destination.
Okay, that's a good one. So with that being said, can you just tell us how, if someone wants to get in touch with you, if someone wants to reach out to you for their travel arrangements or anything, how would they do that?
Well, you can definitely message me at travelbyt@outlook.com. I also have a number that you can call. You can also reach me at 985-377-9023. And I also have a Facebook business page, Travel by T, that people can also go on there. You can request a quote, and then you'll hear from me within 24 hours. So you can definitely feel free to reach me in any of those entities. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not a quote, even if it's a question or concern about travel that you had that you couldn't answer or ask tonight, you're more than welcome to definitely message me, and I'll definitely make sure those questions get answered for you.
Well, I appreciate you being the guest tonight on the show.
Thank you. I'm honored for
and
being asked.
I really like the idea that it's easy to remember you travel by T. I like that because some people make it so difficult. You be like scrambling trying to remember what it is. So travel by T. I'm gonna remember that.
It's straight to the point.
Straight to the point. So with that being said, tune in every Monday night at 7 p.m. on the New Orleans Talk Network for true fun and engaging topics. Next week we'll be having Gerald Gregory of Heroes of New Orleans nonprofit organization. Also, we'll have Mini Me Cosmetics. She will be giving some tips on how you're never too young or too old to fulfill your dreams. It's a show you don't want to miss. Tune in every Monday night. You never know what information and resources you may obtain. Share, like, and comment. If you have a product that you would like us to advertise or sponsor, please, by all means, send your inquiries to the Besetha Community Development Corp. I'm Christine Penn, and remember, don't just talk it out, but walk it out. Good night, everybody.
Have a great night.
So like I was saying,
he answers me. Every time I call him, he answers. Every time I need him, he answers. Ooh, Lord, he